Good morning, campers. On this video we're gonna be doing something a little different. We've been talking about my gear and my AEGs, and on this video I'm gonna talk a little bit more about this one. It's a law, as you can see. It's a real one, but it's been used, for lack of a better word, so it doesn't have a real projectile in it. It's been specifically made by Berget, for me. It uses the Berget Anti-Vehicle System, which is an infrared cryptated system. Inside the launcher there's a mock M203 grenade, which sends out an infrared signal to the vehicle you're trying to destroy. And all the vehicles in Berget which are used in-game, they have an infrared capture system mounted on them. And under that system, which is mounted on a pole on the side of a vehicle, there's different hit points. So there might be 1, 2, 3, or even 4 if the vehicle is heavily armored. Usually the infrared system that Berget uses, the BAVS system, it has a range of about 60 meters during daylight, and it can be even more during the night. The law that I have here, it's the most powerful BAVS that has been made by Berget, basically. It doesn't have the range, the same range as the usual BAVS system has. It doesn't have the range of 60 meters. It can go up to 60 meters during the night, of course, but during the daylight it's not that effective. Instead, it compensates the range with power. So basically I can destroy every vehicle in Berget with one shot with this law, with the exception being the most heavily armored vehicles, which I usually have to take 2 shots to take them out. And it functions just the same way as a real law does. Take that off, open it, pull, safety, and it's ready to fire. To fire, take aim, of course, push here on the bottom, or on the top, sorry, and it launches. When you push this one and you hear the click, it sends out an infrared signal to the vehicle you're trying to destroy. And depending if you hit or not, the vehicle starts this huge siren sound, so you can start jumping around in the forest because you just took out a vehicle, or not if you don't want to give out your precision. On the AT4s that Berget uses, they have a small button on the side which you have to push or keep pushed for 10 seconds to reload. The AT4s have about 15 shots, if I recall correctly. This one doesn't have to have the limitation, because basically every time I go there I take this with me, and when I leave I take it with me back home to Finland. And to reload this one, you have to put it back together actually. Like this. And to fire again, just pull it open, safety, and fire. So it doesn't take as long as 10 seconds if with practice, basically. But that's the thing, since it's so powerful, and I actually like the way that he has to reload it, because it functions as a real one. And as I was saying, since it's more powerful, it doesn't have the range, and the reload time is a bit shorter with practice. So I think that's a good. It compensates for everything. And here on the bottom, there's the M203 shell. We're gonna bring the camera a bit closer so we can take a closer look at it. What does it look like, and how it functions. So here we have it. This is the M203 grenade, or 40mm grenade I was talking about. So if this was a M203 launcher, I would put this inside the launcher, and when I fire the launcher, the firing pin hits here. There's a pressure switch. On this one I don't have one because it works a bit different. And it fires the infrared, which comes from here, and it hits the vehicle. But this one, as I said, is a bit different. There's 2 systems that use at Berget, the 2.0 BAVS and the 3.0 BAVS. They've been saying that they're trying to upgrade all the BAVS systems to the 3.0, which has more range. As I was talking earlier, the range is about 60 meters during daylight, and even further during the night. And this one has wires going through from the bottom here, and they go through all the way all the way up here to the excuse me, to the trigger, which is here. So when you press this, there's some crazy soldering and stuff going on, which I have no idea how it works, because I didn't make it. It sends the signals directly into the grenade here. And once I reload it, it basically does the same thing as with I have to press it for 10 seconds to reload the other ones. And this one I have to put it back together. So you can argue that it's a bit faster to reload this one than the other ones, but still, since this one has more power, but the range is limited, and you have to go through the trouble, probably under fire, to reload it, I think it compensates. And these square like softeners are here to keep it in place, in one place here. It usually sits a bit, it's not in the center, but it's more towards the end, and it keeps it secure. But yeah, there we have it. And of course, because every children have their own names, this one is called the Lawmaker. I used this extensively last year. It was actually the first year that I got to use it. I got it about 3 years ago. The first Berget I used it, I didn't have a lot of options to shoot vehicles, since the opposing side didn't have that many. But last year there were so many vehicles on the enemy side that if my count is correct, I destroyed 19 vehicles with this one. And since it's basically unique, Berget made it for me on my request, and as thank you for things that I've helped them with. It's unique, and there's nothing else like it out there. It's not like the other RPGs which shoot like projectiles or anything like that. This system is actually really good. I like it, and it's the best one that I've seen in the airsoft world. There's a similar system in Finland used by Inkemi. I've heard that they have a similar system like this, but I've never seen any use. But systems like these are really, really, really cool in airsoft, so which don't shoot projectiles basically. And this is always everybody always comes and asks me, how does this work? Is it a real one? Does it function? How do you use it? And everything like that. So I decided to make a short presentation about how it works. And if anyone from Berget Events is watching, if I made some really bad mistakes, just leave a comment in the comment box and let me know. Since I just gave you the inert law, and you made the system. It's all you guys. It's awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. And here we have it. If you have any questions on how it works or anything like that, just leave a comment. And of course, as always, like and subscribe. We'll be back in the next video, hopefully soon. We'll see what I can think of. I appreciate you watching the video. I hope it wasn't too long and was informative. Thank you.